Well, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is expected to board his flight at any moment now for a planned meeting with President Trump in Washington tomorrow. This meeting comes as hopes for a ceasefire deal between Israel and Hamas may be fading. Israel rejecting the changes Hamas wants to make to a U.S.-backed deal on the table. Let's bring in ABC's Inez de la Catara in London for more on this. So Inez, what more do we know about Netanyahu's planned trip to Washington?
Hey, Morgan. Yeah, I mean, I think it'll be really interesting to see how the relationship between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and President Trump plays out. We know the U.S. stands firmly with Israel. It's the whole reason the U.S. got involved in Iran. At the same time, President Trump just a few days ago was furious with Netanyahu. So it'll be interesting to see how they interact in the Oval Office, whether Netanyahu could maybe get the same kind of treatment that Ukrainian President Zelensky got a few months ago. We know President Trump wants to get a ceasefire deal done in Gaza. And you know, I think President Trump has been on kind of a roll lately, touting Iran as a success, getting the big, beautiful bill passed, and he's going to push for that ceasefire deal. It'll be interesting to see how much he pushes for Israel to negotiate for a deal here. But Israel has said that the latest changes proposed by Hamas are unacceptable to Israel.
Oh, with that said, and as indirect talks between Israel and Hamas are set to resume in Doha, what do we know about that? What's the latest there?
Yeah, so according to two Israeli sources familiar with the matter, we understand the main disputes that must be resolved before a deal can be reached are, one, the disputes over the IDF's redeployment. So Hamas is demanding that the IDF leave both the Philadelphia corridor, which includes the Rafah crossing, and the Morag corridor. Israel wants to remain in both. The second big sticking point is Hamas demanding an end to the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation operation. That is the U.S.-backed operation that has been in charge of distributing aid in Gaza. It's quite a controversial organization. Israel wants it to continue alongside other aid systems. And then the last big sticking point is Hamas demanding kind of tighter, more concrete language on U.S. guarantees that the initial 60-day ceasefire will lead to an end of the war. And so far, the Israelis have yet to budge on that. Morgan.
All right, Inez de la Catara, thank you so much.